Last night, Hoboken held a council meeting where the budget crisis took center stage once again. Councilman at Large Peter Cammarano joins me now with the details. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Sherry. Nice to be here.
What's the status as of right now?
The status of the budget, which has been a topic of discussion now at 4 meetings in a week at the Hoboken City Council, including 3 special meetings. It's a matter of great concern for this council. We were discussing it again last night. We are reaching something of an impasse, but the nature of the problem is basically that the budget was underfunded at the beginning of the year to the tune of several $million. It was originally introduced at about $87 million, subsequently amended to $93, $94 million. So it was underfunded to that extent, several $million. That was admitted to at a previous council meeting by our business administrator, who coincidentally resigned from his position today with the city of Hoboken. But that's the problem on the front end. On the back end, the city council learned, much to our consternation and frustration, that the budget was overspent on a number of line items. We only discovered this in the 11th month of the fiscal year, but it came to light. That's added to the problem. These two things, the underfunding at the beginning of the year, the budget, and the overexpenditures of the budget at the back end of the year, are two separate problems, but they compound each other. And the bottom line is that we have a hole that we're only realizing is being brought to our attention literally in the 11th month of the fiscal year by the administration, resulting in this frustration with the administration on the part of the entire city council. But basically, we have to deal with it. It's an $11.7 million budget hole at the very least. I've heard higher numbers, in fact, in the last couple of days, but that $11.7 million is a shortfall in the budget. Because there is so much money that has been overspent at the end of the year, the city the administration has overspent what you're allowed to under state law. So under state law, you're allowed to spend a certain amount relative to your previous fiscal year. Mm-hmm. This administration is already beyond that.
So what is happening right now?
Well, we had the question that was put to us at last night's meeting, at our regular meeting, but also at more particularly at a special meeting that we had on Sunday night, was an application to the state of New Jersey to apply for what's called cap waivers. The cap is what the state sets in terms of what you're allowed to spend every year. Mm-hmm. We're beyond that cap. Now, there's a lot of finger-pointing going on. Primarily, this is, the blame falls with the mayor. He is the hiring authority. He is the purchasing agent. He's responsible for all of these over-expenditures. But we need to deal with that $11.7 million shortfall in some way, and we need to acknowledge the fact that the administration overspent the budget. It's the mayor's fault, but it's the situation that we have at hand.
How bad could things get?
Well, it threatens to be pretty bad, particularly in the fourth quarter for taxpayers, because we weren't able to pass a resolution. I voted in favor of it, but the city council voted down the city's ability to apply for cap waivers to the state of New Jersey. Without that, we can't pass a budget. We legally can't pass a budget. Without being able to pass a budget, the state comes in and passes the budget for us. All they're going to do is come in, ask for the amount of the shortfall, have it be certified and true, and they're going to raise all that money in one shot in the fourth quarter. It's going to result in the maximum possible violence to the taxpayers in that fourth quarter. It's something that I wanted to avoid. I voted to avoid it, but that's the worst case scenario, and we're going to try everything we can do to soften that impact. But it's a bad situation after the city council voted down those cap waivers.
And when is the next meeting?
The next regular meeting is in 2 weeks, but we've scheduled a special meeting for next Wednesday. It's not dealing with the budget particularly, but we could bring it up possibly.
Well, thank you very much for joining me here today to discuss this.
Anytime, Sherry. Thank you.